Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a brief lesson, and Lord willing, touch on this article that I came across maybe like 3 or 4 days ago. And, it's pretty much going into, the tensions between the East and the West. You Akiyam and Akwath are well aware of the, pending danger, pending doom in the forms of World War III, where there's going to be a battle of the Titans, which is going to consist of Russia, in the form of the BRICS nations against Babylon the Great, man, aka America, all right, which comes in the form of the NATO and the EU, which, pursuing the biblical prophecy, America's allies are going to turn on her, pursuing the Obadiah 1 and 7. Excuse me. But needless to say, ultimately, Russia, which is known in the scriptures as the Medes, Gog, Magog, as well, is going to lead that charge. And this is all over the scriptures. I mean, even when you go to Revelation, we can start here through the Spirit before I grab this article. When we go here, let's go to Revelations real quick. Revelations 20. And let's start here at verse 7. And it reads, "And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison." Right, and this is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, they were put in bonds after the Western Roman Empire fell. They were in Europe. In a very low state. All right, between about 300 AD to about roughly, a little after 1350 AD, and then we came into the Renaissance period. Which Renaissance means rebirth. When Esau was resurrected, out of the pit, and able to pursue, his birthright for a little season. You see, as you can read further up in this chapter. But ultimately, evil E was put in bonds, man. For 1,000 years. Continuing on. Revelations 20 and 8. "And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth." And during the Renaissance period, this man conjured up the printer press, where this man was able to, mass print, indoctrinated forms of his created history. They were able to push out a narrative utilizing the Bible, in the form of 501c3, Christianity, formulating a complete lie that they're the chosen people. They were able to, they pursued a mission, to rewrite history, man. All right, they were chopping noses off of statues. They were, painting over images. They were committing iconoclasm. Okay? This was a major part of their deception. Okay? And of course, they endorse witchcraft. Okay? And this man has deceived the whole world. But we're in a time now where that covering cast, that veil, you can read about in Isaiah 25, it's coming off the faces of the people, man. It's being removed. And this man's being found out. Now we're coming into a time of war. Why? Because we're coming into the end of Esau. We're coming into the end of his rule. You see? And as it tells us in Revelations 18, he's going to be removed violently. It's going to be in the form of the World War III, the war to end all wars, man. You see? Again, where Russia and Babylon are going to go heads up. Check this out. Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle. See? Gog and Magog being Russia. The number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Because Russia is going to be coming with an assembly of great nations, man. Okay, as we can read about, it mentions it in Jeremiah. I believe that's the 50th chapter. Right around the 9th verse, Lord willing, we'll get it. But what I wanted to do, let's jump into this article real quick. Right? Real quick. And it reads, this is dated March 22nd, 2024. And the title reads, Russia. Okay, and this is from Natural News, the source. Right? The title reads, Russia says it is prepared to use nuclear weapons if threatened by the West. Okay, so you see the stance, okay, that Putin's taken. Okay, they're no BS. They're in a no BS stance. Okay, because this is a spirit that the Lord has put on them, man. Okay, you have these smaller nations, all right, in the form of North Korea and these Eastern, middle, these quote unquote Middle Eastern countries that are now in a position of power in the form of these ICBM missiles. They've been able to come into. Okay, and this is biblical prophecy, as it tells us in Joel. That the weak are gonna say that they're strong, man. Okay, we're in the time of war, man. Okay, we're in a time of prophecy. And it's all unfolding right before our eyes. While you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans continue to play proud to be an American. You see? You're going to get caught up in her judgment. You're going to get caught up in her judgment because, hey, the type of rage that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to have Russia come down upon this place with, it's going to be a biblical proportion, man. It's written. It's going to go down like that. As a matter of fact, let me get something real quick. Now, as a matter of fact, let's read a little bit into this article through the Spirit. Let's get a little more. And it reads, Russian President Vladimir Putin has sent a clear warning to the West that Russia is prepared for a nuclear war and that any attempts by the U.S. to send troops to Ukraine will be interpreted as a significant escalation of the current conflict and will invoke a response, man. Okay, so you see they're putting their foot down, man. Okay, the war drums are beating. The rumors are increasing. And the scriptures speak of all these things, man. Check it out. He made the comments in an interview on Russian TV ahead of the country's president elections. Putin secured a 5th term in office, which will give him a further 6 years in charge of the country, man. Okay, and this is very likely his last term, because this is when it's going to happen. And not 6. Hey, we know what that 6 is going into, man. Okay? All right, that's the number of a man, man. That's the number of evil E. Hey, and these Russians are Edomites, man. That's the spirit. You see? That is the spirit. Hey, and they're the sword of the Lord. These Edomites are the sword of the Lord. And what's the Lord going to do pursuant to Isaiah 19? He's going to what? Egyptians gonna go up against Egypt. Let's go get this real quick. Real quick, the book of Isaiah, chapter 19. Let's start from verse 1. And it reads, the burden of Egypt. All right, and this is talking about America. This is not talking about ancient Egypt. Right, behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, which is the chariot. All right, a cloud is a buzzword for the chariot, man. And shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, man. Okay? Hey, that's figuratively and literally. Okay? Because upon the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai, it tells us that all faces are going to be blackened, man. Why? When you see the Lord crack through this third dimension, man, and upon the descending of those missiles, you see, all faces shall be blackened, man. Okay? Before you're eviscerated. You see? Let's continue on. Isaiah 19:2. Here's the point. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the modern day Egyptian. Okay? These elite, okay? They're the modern day Pharaoh. Okay? And they refuse to let us go. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has a plan for them, just like he had a plan for Pharaoh. Okay? And this time, it's going to be excellent. Okay? And not that it wasn't excellent back in the time of ancient Egypt. You know? What I mean is this is going to supersede what the Lord did back in those times, man. It tells us that in Jeremiah chapter 16 and chapter 23, man. Okay, where it's going to no longer be said, okay, that the power of Israel delivered the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, man. You see? But the deliverance out of the north. Okay, that's what's going to be glorified. That's what's going to be talked about. Okay, for eons, man. See? Let's read this from the top. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother. See that? Edomite on Edomite, right? And everyone against his neighbor. This is talking about civil unrest. City against city. Hold on. And kingdom against kingdom, man. Okay? Babylon against the Medes. See? This is what's coming. Let's go here. The book of Isaiah, chapter 13. Let's read a little bit more into this article before I grab this. Continuing on in the article real quick. Although it is not the first time that he has mentioned the possibility of a nuclear war scenario in the context of the current conflict with Ukraine, he added that he does not think it will reach that point just yet. See? So, hey, he's not getting, and his mind is going to reach that point, but not now. And hey, he's in the correct mindset because that's prophecy. It's going to happen. And we're going to show you that when we go back into the scriptures. However, he added, in the U.S., there are enough specialists in the field of Russian-American relations and in the field of strategic restraint. Therefore, I don't think that here everything is rushing to it. Nuclear confrontation, but we are ready for this. See that? They're ready. They're ready, man. They're speaking real bold, man. Listen, he did say, however, that if the U.S. were to carry out any nuclear tests, Russia could conduct tests of their own in response. You see? So it's getting hot out here, man. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it right there. Through the spirit. And Joachim and Akwath can read through the rest of this. It's not much left. But that's pretty much the point of what I needed. Check this out. Hey. We're in a time of war, man. You see? War. The war drums are beating. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 17, and it reads, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Against who? Let's start from verse 1. Isaiah 13 and 1, and it reads, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see, man. See that? And that's the spirit. This is going into the burden of Babylon, which is talking about America. And then when we jump back to Isaiah 19 and 1, it says what? The burden of Egypt. And we know that this place is spiritually Egypt. Okay? And it's damn sure the daughter of Babylon. All you got to do is Google it. Google daughter of Babylon. That's all you got to do. And Google will tell you who it is. Back in the book of Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 1 again, the burden of Babylon, which is talking about America, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Jumping down to 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. The Medes being who? Russia. Against who? Babylon, which is America. The Lord's stirring this up. The Lord's creating these tensions. All right? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is creating the mindset, all right, that you see on display in the form of the title of this article, man. Okay? As it tells us in Proverbs 21. Okay? Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. The heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord, man. See, let's go back. Which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. See, no, they're not with it. Okay, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is turning them back into that old communist, Soviet Union mindset. As a matter of fact, let's jump here real quick. We're gonna come back here. Let's jump here real quick. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. And I'm going to start from verse 1, and it reads, and the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, man. And this is talking about Russia. And see, they're not going to be left unscathed. You see? No, they're on the list. They're on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's hit list as well. You see? They will not go unpunished, man. See? Continuing on, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. But he's going to use them as a device, okay, to bring violence to Babylon the Great. Watch this. And I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen. Okay? All of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. It says, even a great company. See? Russia's not going to be alone. Okay? With bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. It says what? I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws. What's this mean? We mentioned it a moment ago. The Lord's going to put that USSR spirit on them, man. As a matter of fact, check this out. I got this right here. Okay, going into the Soviet Union, man. All right? But it stands for Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, as you can see here. Right, USSR. Now this is Wikipedia, the source. And when you jump down to the last paragraph, man, under article, check this out. This is the type of mindset, okay, that the Lord's gonna turn them, that the Lord's turning them back into. This is the stance that the Lord's making them take. Check this out. All right, during its existence. All right, that's a lot. Let's highlight that. During its existence, the Soviet Union produced many significant social and technological achievements and innovations, It had the world's largest economy and largest standing military. You see, listen to this. An NPT designated state, it housed the largest arsenal of nuclear weapons in the world, man. Okay? Hey, and these silos and military bases, they're still there. Hey, some of them are inactive, but they're there. They're at Putin's disposal. As a matter of fact, I got this too. We're going to continue reading down on that, but check this out. Right, check this out. This is nuclearforces.org going into the Russian Federation, man. All right, and what you see before you are nuclear force bases, man. All over Russia. Look, come on, man. See that? And what do you think's there? Nuclear weapons in the form of silos, okay? In the form of SLBMs and ICBMs, man. You see? Matter of fact, let's read into this a little bit. The map shows strategic nuclear force bases and other facilities that are believed to be included in Russian Federation's New START data exchange report. Right? You can, we don't care about that. Let's jump down. The Russian Federation's nuclear arsenal consists of a wide range of delivery systems that vary in their missions, capabilities, and operational status. Among these systems are ICBMs, SLBMs, cruise missiles, torpedoes, and gravity bombs. Most of these delivery systems are considered non-strategic for the purposes of New START, which limits only land-based ICBMs, SLBMs, and heavy bombers. Says who? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai mustereth the host of the battle, man. Says who, man? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to put a cold spirit on Russia and the rest of these nations, man, that are with her. That are with these devils, man. Check this out. Hold on. However, in terms of warheads, strategic systems account for more than half of Russia's active nuclear arsenal. 2,400 warheads out of the 4,000 nuclear weapons that the Russian Federation is believed to have. See? Believed to have. They got more. Prophecy goes into 200 million warheads that are going to touch down over here, man. Come on now. Check this out. The Russian Federation is also estimated to have more than 5,000 nuclear warheads in reserve or awaiting dismantlement. The large number of Russian weapons that fall outside the scope of the New START limits and reporting requirements presents a significant challenge for the nuclear disarmament process. At the same time, two factors should be taken into account. First, non-strategic nuclear weapons are deployed with operational units, as all these weapons have been consolidated in centralized storage sites. Second, as far as the warheads in reserve, in reserve are concerned, the Russian Federation has very limited capability to deploy these weapons on existing strategic delivery systems. Overall, the number of deployed strategic warheads reported by the Russian Federation under New START accurately reflects the size of its deployed nuclear force. See, and what these individuals don't get or don't understand is that these weapons belong to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You see? These are the weapons of his indignation, man. And you better believe they got more than what New START's claiming. Okay? Let's go back. Continuing on in this Wikipedia document. Check this out. I'm gonna start from here. An NPT designated state, right? It housed the largest arsenal of nuclear weapons in the world, right? Talking about the USSR, right? And this is the spirit that the Lord is putting back on Russia, right? As an allied nation, it was a founding member of the United Nations, as well as one of the 5 permanent members of the United Nations Security Council before its dissolution. The USSR was one of the world's 2 superpowers through its hegemony in Eastern Europe, global diplomatic and ideological influence, particularly in the global South, military and economic strengths, and scientific accomplishments, man. Okay? And this is the energy that the Lord's putting back on these, on Russia, man. You see? This is what it's going into when it says, I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, man. He's turning them back into that old USSR spirit, man. Hey, war, man. Okay? Hey, they want the smoke. See? Hey, they want the smoke, man. Check this out. This is who's going to be with them, handling swords and bucklers, man. All right? And all sorts of armor. All right? Check this out. Persia. Who's that? Iran. Iran, man. Who took out ancient Babylon? Medo-Persians. The Persians and the Medes. There's no new thing under the sun. Let's continue on. Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya. With them, all of them with shield and helmet. And check this out. Iran and Russia are allies. You see? And they're both looking at sanctions being put on them by Babylon. You see? Let's continue on, which is, I say that because what? That's biblical prophecy. Continuing on, right? Gomer. Who's that? Turkey, man. Okay, Turkey. And guess what? Turkey's the only nation that's part of the NATO that's not on Russia's non-allied list. Russia fucks with Turkey. Excuse my French. Go look it up. Gomer, right, and all his bands. See, Turkey's one of them nations that are going to turn on her. Are going to turn on Babylon. We know that for a fact, pursuing the biblical prophecy, right? Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands and many people with thee, man. You see? Hey, they're going to be deep. They're going to be deep, man. And they're not going to be sparing nothing. Matter of fact, let's go here. Let's go, what do I want? Real quick before we go back to that Ezekiel 38. Let's go here. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50. Going into that assembly of great nations. Check this out. Backing up that Ezekiel 38. Jeremiah 50:9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon. This is talking about America, man. Okay, an assembly of great nations from the north country. This is talking about Russia. Russia's in the north, man. Over there in the east. See? And they shall set themselves in array. And then listen, it said a great nation. It said what? Assembly of great nations. Okay, and we just read into them, man. Hey, and don't forget, Russia has the BRICS. Okay? Russia has the BRICS, man. You can't forget. See? Let's continue on. And they shall set themselves in array against her, which when you set yourself in array, that's a formation. That's a form of that's a battle formation, man. They're going to have this place surrounded. From thence she shall be taken. See? Prophecy's telling us that Babylon's going to lose this war, this third world's war, that they think they're going to win. Their arrows, which is the missiles, okay, shall be as a mighty expert man. Why? Because the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to be on them. That's why none shall return in vain. Not one of these missiles is going to be shot for no reason. It tells us in Joel, okay, when they fall upon the sword, which is in the form of these missile defense systems that Babylon's going to try to shoot on them, they're not going to lose their rank. Again, because the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to be on those arrows, man, on those missiles. See? He's the one bending the bow, man. And it tells us that right here before we go back to Isaiah 13. Let's grab this real quick. Salakia. I know I'm going right past it. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 13, and it reads, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow." Who's Yahweh's right hand and mighty right arm? Yahweh Shai. Okay? And this bow is likened unto these missiles being shot out of these silos, man. Listen to this. His arrows, which are the missiles, okay, that he shooteth, are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. A bow, an arrow cannot be shot, okay, from one end of the earth to the other. That's common sense. All right, this is a dark saying, but really it's plain. Okay, talking about the missiles being shot, okay, into the west. Understand that the sun goes down in the west, man. This will be coined as the end of the world. And to link it all in, when you go to 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, it tells us that Esau is the end of the world. That's how we know these missiles are coming this way. You see? Linking this place directly in with the lake of fire, man. Okay? Let's go here. Let's go back to Isaiah. And we'll close out, man, right here. It's all through the Spirit, man. Hey, prophecy speaking, man. We in the end times, man. It's time to repent, Jake. It's time to repent. Turn back to the Lord while you still can. Y'all seen what happened over there in Baltimore? Those of you that you're not grounded. You playing around, eavesdropping on lessons, lollygagging. Still don't want to commit. Hey, you could have been on that bridge over there in Baltimore, man. Check this out. Back in the book of Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 18, it reads, their bows. Let's read now. We got to read verse 17 again. Behold, I will stir up the Medes. Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes, right? Russia, against them, Babylon, right? Which is America, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Okay, they're not trying to reason with you. You see? Hey, the Lord's gonna put just pure war on their mind, man. Pure takeover. That's what's gonna be on their mind. See? Isaiah 13:18. Their bows, right, also shall dash their young men into pieces, going into the missiles. And they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb, right? Unborn children. Their eyes shall not spare children. There's going to be no mercy on display. Okay? They're going to be like madmen. Okay? So that's going to be the vengeance of the Lord flaring up on Babylon, on this land, man. Disclosing the blood that has been shed on this land of the Israelites. Isaiah 13 and 19. We'll close out right here. And Babylon, which is talking about America, right? The glory of kingdoms. Right, this is one of the greatest kingdoms that have ever been erected in wickedness, man. All right, the book of Daniel tells us that knowledge shall increase, man, in the latter days, man. And Daniel's the 12th chapter. All right, this kingdom is the pinnacle of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man's rulership. Out of all of them since the Greeks. Because he started as the Greeks. You see? Which he wasn't really a Greek. You know how these niggas get down with their colonization and culture vulturing. All right, just want to throw that out there. The real Greeks were actually dark-skinned people. But needless to say, that's the first Edomite empire. Okay, under the title of Greeks. You see? But this one right here, all right, hey, with technology on his side, this is the pinnacle of his rulerships, man. Even though it's the most feeble, because pursuant to the statue that Daniel's seen, we're at the feet of the Edomite power structure. You see that? And now we're coming into a time where this man's about to be visited by Al-Shadia, a demon-like power in the form of our Savior, our power, Heavenly Father, and His only begotten Son, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. See? This is the time we're living in, man. Let's read this from the top. Isaiah 13 and 19, it reads, and hey, Lord willing, we're delivered out of it, man. Salvation is coming with this grievous visitation that's going to come upon this man. There's a deliverance that's coming, man. For who? The elect of Israel, which consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right? And speckled birds, man. There's going to be elect that look like the other nations, man. All right? There's going to be elect that look like the other nations. They're Israelites, though. They're speckled birds, man. I just want to qualify that. See? The time of deliverance is now. See? Destruction and removal of evil and salvation go hand in hand. See that? And mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction. We got to hope and pray that the Lord's dealing Akiyam and Akwa. That's why we got to stay locked in and stay about our Father's business, man. Isaiah 13 and 19, it reads, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency shall be as when Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And we know what Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai did to Sodom, Gomorrah, Zeboim, Zoar, okay? And what's the other one? Is it Admah? He eradicated them, man. He blew them off the map. He made it rain fire and brimstone, man. Okay? He reshaped that landmass. And that's exactly what he's about to do with this place, man. But even worse. It's going to be worse. You see, and we're seeing the build up to it. Because these weapons of mass destruction, they're on the scene, man. These things don't have to be blueprinted and built. Nah, man. They're sitting in silos, man. These things are sitting in silos. They exist. See, we're in those days, man. Hey, the day of doom is right around the corner. It's right around the corner. But guess what? Those of us of the hopeful elect, hey, we're excited, man. We're excited. We love to come across articles like this one. You know, we love to go into the war talk. Okay, we love to see the tension that's going on between these nations, man, and Babylon. Because we know that our salvation draws nigh, man. The Lord told us that these things will happen, man. Yahweh Shai warned us of these things, man. There'll be wars and rumors of wars, man. Okay, we're coming to the end. We're coming to the end, man. Hey, and Lord willing, hey, we can strive for the truth until death, man, and make it until that first resurrection, Akiyam and Akwaf, because we're here. We're here, man. It's only a matter of time before the lights go out on Esau and the rest of these nations, man. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwaf were edified. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halalium La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Shalom.